So the assignment that you guys are going to do today is going to use a website that you probably have never heard of, but it does some pretty cool things. So it can be very, very useful. So you are going to use ArcGIS to answer the following question, and this is just kind of like an intro dummy question. It'll kind of get a little bit more complex as we move on. So if you were a FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Association, or Administration, sorry, official, and the government gave you $1 billion for disaster preparedness around the San Andreas Fault, where would you allocate the money based on serving the greatest good to the greatest number of people? Okay, so if you go ahead and click here, then it will bring you to ArcGIS, which I already have pulled up here. You're going to need to go ahead and make an account. We have free accounts through the school, so just use your school email and you should be fine. Once you are all set with that, you're going to come down here to click Make Map. And this will load up and you'll get to see, so just a regular old map comes up here. And what we're going to do is, if you go back and read the question, so you're given money and you want to serve the greatest good to the greatest number of people. So you kind of have to decide how you want to do that. And what ArcGIS really does is it overlays maps on top of an existing map. So you can zoom in and out by using two fingers and going up and down like that. So the San Andreas Fault is right over here. It's the famous fault that goes from San Francisco area down to the Los Angeles area. And what you can do here is add, and I'm just going to write search for layers, and I'll put San Andreas Fault. Click go, and it's going to come up with some different things I can try here. I'll try clicking on that. We'll see what that does, and that shows us where the fault is. I'll zoom in here a little bit and click and drag. Okay, so that's a pretty useful thing for this. And then maybe what we'll add here is population, because it said for the greatest number of people. And so a bunch of different things pop up over here. And so you're going to have to kind of play around with this and find layers that work for you, and ones that maybe don't. Let's see what this one looks like. So this was a more specific one that isn't really of much help. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. Try adding this one. Okay, so that's what this one looks like. And then if we just click done adding layers, you can start to play around with some of these things. And I'm just going to kind of mess around with this just so you can see. And then you can set the transparency here to make this more or less opaque. So you can see, you can kind of control what this is going to look like. Now, I personally know that there's a more user-friendly layer than this. So I think I can go ahead and unclick that and remove it. And then I could just come up here and search for more layers. So what you're going to end up with here is a map that has some different layers showing some different things. And what you want to do is try to make it so you're creating evidence to make a claim. That's basically what you're looking for. And then once you do that, and then we'll say we were done with this. What I would do is I would screenshot a certain area that I thought kind of helped my cause. We'll say it's this area right here. What I can do is, and I'm hoping that your Chromebooks have the same functionality as this, but if you have to just take a regular screenshot, then that's fine. But I'm going to hit Control, Shift, and then the screenshot button up here, and that gives me crosshairs, and then I could say select that, hit copy to clipboard, and then I could go into my doc, and I could just hit Control V and paste it right in there. And then that portion of that map will come up, and there's your evidence. So your claim here would be, all right, this is the area that I think that money would be best spent, and here's the evidence to show why, and then you're going to give your reasoning. So it very, very useful tool. So you're going to do that first, and then when you come down here, you're going to come up with your own question and place it here. And I've had some people come up with some pretty cool ideas, like where would be a good place to put an amusement park, based on some different factors. Where would you cite, a new NFL stadium or an NBA stadium or whatever, and just come up with whatever you feel like doing. So you're going to come up with a question right here, make a claim, find evidence in ArcGIS, and then give the reasoning. Why do you think that was a valid reason? All right, so hopefully you guys do well with that. Feel free to talk to each other and help each other out as far as how to use the program. I understand that this is something new, and this is just the first step. We're going to have another step next, and then we'll actually have your first CCA after that. All right, good luck.